Hello, everybody. So, this is day 2 of the Mother's Day series, and I spent some time with my mom on Friday, and we went out to eat, and I took a picture with her. I'm going to be posting it, tagging a couple of my friends, so you too can tag me as well, and post a picture with your mom so we can start a little trend here. It'll be a lot of fun, and at the end of near Mother's Day, we can do our honoring prayer to honor our moms and put our mind in order, in that celestial order, so that we can have that healing and that liberation and that inner peace that we're seeking. So, day 1 had a question, and it was, where do I see, and this question was directed to the Holy Spirit, where do I see a lack of love in my relationship with my mom? And what I came to realize is that as I posed that question to the Holy Spirit, what I recognized during that day that I spent with her on Friday was that I do have a little bit of resentment towards my mom, and possibly more than I think. And I think that that's where this type of introspection, to look at our ideas, to look at our thoughts, and to be really honest, what is happening? Why am I resentful still? I mean, I am already married with my husband, with my children. I don't live with her, but yet I'm still resentful at times because I invite her over and I want her to come with me, and she doesn't want to. So I started playing with her, and I started saying, um, I told her this. I said, say, so are you going to go with us with the family? And she's like, well, I don't think so. I said, well, my mom would do that. And she says, what do you mean, my mom? And I said, well, this is how I said it in Spanish. It was so cute because it was cute. I was playing around, but the Holy Spirit was able to show me that the reason I was wording my words in that way was because there's still resentment inside of me. And I'm very grateful to be able to see it, because then I'm able to release it and do the atonement prayer and heal that and turn those resentments into miracles and be truly in peace. And this is what I would tell her. I said, so are you going to come with us to my son's first communion? And she would say, well, I don't think I'll go. And I go, entonces la señora Fernández no quiere ir. And that's saying, I'll translate it. And so then Mrs. Fernandez doesn't want to go. And then she says, what do you mean, Mrs. Fernandez? I'm your mom. And I said, well, see, my mom would want to go with me and my family to this celebration. And then, so I was separating calling her this lady, esta señora. And then I was saying, my mom wouldn't do that. And then I was joking the entire time, but why did it come out of me is because really deep down in my ideas and my thoughts, I'm resentful. I'm being resentful because she is in all freedom, could come or not come, and I should be okay with that. But I obviously wasn't, or else I wouldn't have made the difference of, like, my mom would do that, but you obviously don't want to. So sneaking in there that guilt and that, like, well, I want you to go, and that's kind of like I'm playing with her and stuff. But really, honestly, I'm putting guilt on her, and I'm feeling resentful that she doesn't want to accompany me and my family. So that is where the Holy Spirit was able to answer the question I asked: where do I still see a lack of love in my relationship with my mom? And this is a process of healing. This is so we can honor our moms truly with our mind and our heart, and so we could put this in order. So when I was able to see that I was putting guilt and that I do have resentment, then I could release it in prayer in the hands of the Holy Spirit and just say, Holy Spirit, please help me release these ideas I have. And I want to no longer put guilt on anybody. And I want to heal my resentments that I have. Please turn them into miracles. Help me release them. Help me give them to you. I don't want them. I don't want to keep hurting others or me. And I want their freedom, because when I set them free, then I'm free. So this is a process of not only honoring our moms, but really healing our minds so we can be in peace. So that was day 1. So what do we have in store for day 2? Today's day 2. For day 2, we're gonna ask the Spirit. Let's see, let me go to day 2. I have it here on my computer. It says, what mistakes or what errors do I see in my mom or in myself? And this is a really good one, because when you're already in a state of, oh, I don't like when my mom does this, or I don't like when I do this, we're already in a place of judgment. And I want that all of day 2, you ask the Spirit to show you. Because we can think many things. Oh, I don't judge anybody, or I don't think this. But we have to be really honest. And the only one who's going to teach us to be truly honest is the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit will show you how to really be honest. And that is the walk, so that we can really be in peace. So where do I see mistakes in my mom? I'm going to, for example, this is the healing of the past. You heal the past to release the future and live a happy and peaceful present. And that is the reason we're doing this series for moms. So in day 2, this is the question. What do I see that I don't like of my mom? Or what do I see that I'm repeating? That sometimes when you get older, you're like, I'm acting like my mama. Like, I'm acting like my mother, and I hated that she would do this, and now I'm doing it. And, you see that in you, and you're like, okay, well, this is the point. This is the part, because we judge them. We now are judging ourselves, and we're not in a position to judge because we have eyes that cannot see. They're made out of dirt. We were made out of clay. So they're blind. They can't really see, so they don't have even they don't even have the capacity to judge, but we believe that we are judging, so then we feel guilty. So what do I see? I'm going to think about this. I'm going to ask the Spirit, and I know that there's so many because they're already kind of coming to me. Because when my mom would stay quiet and my dad would maybe tell her something that he didn't like, and she'd beg and beg to to eat if he didn't want to eat. And, I see myself doing the same thing with my husband. And I'm like, and I could swear that I'm like, I wasn't going to do that when I get older. And then that's because I was in a place of judgment. So that is what we're looking at for day 2. And I'll catch you on day 3. So we'll see you soon. And please stay logged in. I'm going to post my picture with my mom. So go ahead and post your photo as well, because I'd love to see you and your mom together in a picture. Let's tag our friends and family so they can do the same. It'll be so much fun. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on day 3.